Hello guys, welcome back to the blockchain tutorial using Hyperledger Fabric. The last session we have built and deployed a chain code into the network. Today in this tutorial we are going to discuss about the server component which has been built using Node.js framework. I have created both the both Hyperledger Fabric and the server component under the same solution. Here inside this client API, I have created the Node.js solution as a server component. Since the client application will call this API, so that's why I named this as a client API. Basically, this is a server component. So yeah, you can name this as a server API. The entry point into this server API is app.js. Here when a client application call any API, it will first hit this function app.use. So inside this app.use, first it will verify the JSON web token. Okay, so for authentication we are using JSON web token. I have declared here that JWT JSON web token here, and if the request URL contains the keywords like a login, create user, verify user, validate user, then the client request will not have the bearer token. JWT will not be there, so directly it will go to the main function. Otherwise it will verify the bearer token. If the request doesn't contain these keywords, then the first step is verifying the JSON web token using the jwt.verify method. And if the verification is success, then it will go to the function. So let me show you the JSON web token, what it contains and how it is created. The JWT token has been created on the server side and sent to the client application, and that token is mandatory for authentication in each subsequent API request. So here we are creating that wt.sign. The token has been created here using the JWT sign method, passing these parameters. So this payload you can have any values. There are some keywords like that expiration time and issuer, and other than that you can use any values as a payload for this JWT token. This token is cryptographically signed, not encrypted. So the transport security is, that is HTTPS, is mandatory when storing the user data in the JWT. So we can make sure that no middleman can intercept and modify it. This JWT is signed using a secret key. So that has been declared here, the secret key. So it is you can use any secret key for cryptographically signing this token. If the verification is success, then it will go to the function. Here the create user, inside that create user it will create the JSON web token, then it will call that create user method that has been implemented into this helper.js file. Here we are passing email, password, organization MSP ID, and this is the method to create the user. First it will check whether the wallet contains the admin user. Then if it is not there, will enroll the admin user. Then because admin user is mandatory to enroll any other user. So after that it creating a gateway for connecting to a peer node. Then we are fetching the CA name, certificate authority name, CA URL, then building a user object for authenticating with the CA. Then register, first we have to register user, that is CA object, then enroll, and then create identity, call the create identity method. If calling this method is successful, then we are sending this message back to the client application. Another method which we are using is validate user. Here this method we are using to regenerate the JSON web token. There are two types of requests coming from the client application. One will be post and another is get. Post request is used to insert any record into the blockchain, and that request is handled here, post request. Here it is calling that invoke transaction. There is one file for handling the post request. We are using this invoke transaction function. Here first we need to load the network configuration, then create the file system based wallet for managing identities. Check if we have already enrolled the user. First we need to validate whether then creating the gateway and connecting to the and then connecting to the channel. Now we are creating the gateway for connecting to our peer node using the gateway.connect, then calling the get network method and get contract. First we need to get the network and then contract, and here it is the different functions has been handled here inside this add patient. When you call add patient, it will call the submit transaction. It will call the submit transaction function passing all the parameters, and then another function which we are using is add report. This is private data. The method used to insert public data and the private data are different, so that should be handled separately. These two functions which we are using. So here we are calling this submit transaction by passing the function name and arguments. Arguments passing as a transient data. So that is how the post request is handled, and the get request has been handled here in this function. Inside this query.js, this function, the query, the steps are almost similar like a post request. First validating the user, then connecting to that peer node, calling the function and calling the method and passing the function name and arguments. Then it will return data from blockchain. So these are the main functions we have implemented into this server component of this blockchain that will be consumed by the client application. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions or any detailed information required about the implementation, let me know. I will be able to help you. Thank you.